Oh yeah, baby, we're back. It's haulin' time. What is going on, all you friends, true believers, and newcomers alike? Superfly Comics Guy here. It's been a quiet couple of months, but we are back with a haul today and coming back strong for the month of September. Got a decent amount of books to take a look at, so let's not waste any time. Let's do exactly that. These aren't going to be reviews. This is just going to be first looks, first impressions, that type of thing. But you guys know how I like to do these things. I like to go in ascending order of my personal excitement for each of these books. So yeah, if at any point you like the video, you know what to do, and feel free to chime in with your thoughts below. But otherwise, let's get to it. So starting off with the 52 Omnibus, when this is the quote-unquote least exciting book in your haul, you know you got some bangers, but yeah, so 52. I wasn't originally going to get this, but I found it in In-Stock Trade's damaged section for 52% off. No pun intended, I promise that wasn't planned. 52% off, so I figured, you know what? It's a well-reviewed series, so I figured I'd give it a shot. And it's a good thing I was able to find it for that cheap, because it's normally $175 US, 227 Canadian. Yeesh. Us poor Canadians. Collecting the entirety of the 52 series. Let me show you under the dust jacket. I do not like that. You guys know I don't really like the black, all black board that DC does with just an embossed logo and... God, it feels so cheap. I do not like it. But whatever. It's the content that's important, so let's talk a bit about that. I've already opened and pre-stretched these books, by the way. Actually, you know what? Why don't I just show you? Take a quick sneak peek at the eye. There you go. Not bad. For a DC book of this size, that is quite good. But anyway, back to the beginning. Yeah, I wasn't originally going to get this, but I was convinced otherwise. So if you don't know what 52 is, it takes place after the events of Infinite Crisis. And after that, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are missing. So this whole thing takes place in the following year. 52 was a weekly series that was kind of recapping the events of the year following Infinite Crisis. So, you know, a weekly series, 52 issues, 52 weeks, and that made up 1 year. Which honestly, it's impressive they were able to sustain a weekly series for that long, considering, you know, comics are usually published monthly, sometimes bi-weekly if it's more popular, but with the less popular titles, sometimes it's bi-monthly. Yeah. But yeah, I thought I'd give this a shot. You know, this series has lots of good talent behind it. Jeff Johns, Grant Morrison, Greg Rucka, Mark Waid, Keith Giffen, lots of superstar creators. So I figured it'd be worth a shot. You know, I also just finished reading Gotham Central relatively recently, and I think I was told the events or like some of the plot points relating to Renee Montoya kind of continue here. So I was interested by that too. So we'll see how it turns out. All right, next book. Next up in the haul, we have Batman No Man's Land Omnibus Volume 2. Featuring some nice cover art here by Bill Sienkiewicz. This finally rounds out the entire No Man's Land event. Road to No Man's Land, No Man's Land Volume 1, and now No Man's Land Volume 2. Cover price of $150 US, $195 Canadian, so $25 US more expensive than the first volume. Collecting a whole bunch of stuff. Not going to list all of it here, save that for the review, but if you want, you can take a look at that. Those are the contents. What I can show you is under the dust jacket. Ooh, purple. We got some purple, huh? But it looks like they're keeping the same board design as the other No Man's Land volumes. Just that this one happens to be purple. I think No Man's Land Volume 1 was blue. Road to No Man's Land was like a yellow or a brown or something like that. But I do like it. you can see kind of actually, let me open it up for you. A depiction of a worn down Gotham. And I'll go into a little bit of why that is. I can also show you the eye, since I have stretched this out already. And I was really impressed. That is a fantastic eye. So it looks like this is going to be pretty easy to read compared to other DC omnibuses. But yeah, No Man's Land, one of the more famous Batman events. If you're not familiar with No Man's Land, well, don't worry, I haven't read it either, but, ooh, table of contents, that's good to see. But basically the idea is there is a catastrophic earthquake that rocks Gotham. The entire city is in chaos, crime is running rampant, and that leads the government to close off all passage in and out of Gotham and declares it a no man's land. They basically abandon it completely. So then it's up to the Bat family to rise to the occasion and try to contain the situation. So this takes place right in the 90s, right after Nightfall. Batman Nightfall, that whole event with Bane and Azrael. So am I mistaken? Is this one of the like earliest big Bat family events? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it certainly feels like it. That is a sick suit for Batman. Very Keaton influenced, I suppose you could say. I do quite like it. But yeah, I can finally get started on reading Road to No Man's Land now that I have the complete No Man's Land set of omnibuses. And that's the only reason this is my, second least anticipated book or whatever, I suppose, because, I haven't read Road to No Man's Land or No Man's Land Omnibus Volume 1. So there's only so much I can be excited about this one, but I am still really looking forward to it. All right, next up, now we're really starting to get into some juicy stuff. We've got Deadpool by Joe Kelly, featuring a nice little sneak appearance by Spidey up there. I am kind of shocked I was able to find this one. I found this for just $100 on eBay. I don't really know how, but nobody else seemed to be paying attention to it, so I got this for just $100, whereas the cover price is $125 US and $140 Canadian. But yeah, this is collecting all of Joe Kelly's 1997 Deadpool series. And I mean, I've been a fan of Deadpool for a pretty long time, so I was quite interested in this. There is the under the dust jacket for you, the spine, and the back. That is actually the variant cover for this omnibus, but I prefer this one. But yeah, as I said, I have been a fan of Deadpool for a pretty long time, pretty much ever since I played the Ultimate Alliance game as a kid. Because yes, he's funny, and yeah, he breaks the fourth wall and stuff, but he's also a pretty tragic character. I mean, he's this mercenary who discovered that he had cancer and agrees to undergo, these experimental mutations to try to cure it. And it does, but it also leaves him hideously scarred, and he's actually, dealing with this underlying depression actually the whole time. It kind of uses the humor to mask all of that. So, this is as far as I know, this is regarded by many as the quintessential run on the character, because before this, he was pretty much just a scummy mercenary. But this run, as far as I know, is where those other themes I mentioned kind of start to get developed a bit more. He starts to kind of get more of a character. I do quite like the art style, actually. I think it's by Ed McGuinness, and I'm not typically the biggest fan of Ed McGuinness's art style. I find it kind of overly cartoony, but flipping through this here, it's working for me. I don't know. So I'm looking forward to this. Learning more about Deadpool. There is the eye, by the way, of the Deadpool by Joe Kelly omnibus. Pretty fantastic. Like, I got it secondhand, so it was already in good hands and being taken care of pretty well, so no issues. All right, up next, the second to last book in this haul, and the surprise blind buy for me, Harley Quinn and the Gotham City Sirens, or just Gotham City Sirens, as I prefer to call it, because that's the name of the series. They just tacked on Harley Quinn to the Omnibus name to cash in on the brand power of Harley Quinn. But anyway, I actually wasn't planning on buying this. It wasn't on my radar at all. I was actually looking for Justice League New 52 Omnibus Volume 2, but in-stock trades didn't have it. But then, when I was checking out No Man's Land Volume 2, I saw this book sitting at 50% off in the Deals of the Week section, and it really caught my eye. Not just the cover, which is very eye-catching in its own right, but also that it was written by Paul Dini, you know, one of the masterminds behind Batman the Animated Series and some of the Arkham games. But I mean, come on, this cover really is awesome, especially that image of Harley. That screams Batman the Animated Series to me, that whole red background that it has. There's the spine for you, by the way. And the back, we've got, we got some fan servicey artwork, I suppose you could say, but hey, you know what I say. I'm a fan, so I'm okay with being serviced. Cover price of 100 US, 131 Canadian, and collects, I think, all 26 issues of the Gotham City Sirens series, as well as a Catwoman tie-in issue. Let's have a look under the dust jacket. Ooh. I do like that. Surprises me every time I see it. We got, I guess that's Harley's heel there. Not entirely sure. Very nice design. The spine. And the back. Ooh. Interesting. Very nice. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so I saw this in the Deals of the Week section, and everything about it was intriguing me, so I started to look into it a little bit more. You know, tried to find some more like images and reviews on it if I could find it, and the artwork on the inside kind of struck me as different. I don't really know what it was about it, but kind of the way it was laid out and all the colors used and stuff. So I figured, you know what, for 50% off, it was worth a shot. For interesting artwork and writing by Paul Dini, it's tough to go wrong there. But if you don't know who the Gotham City Sirens are, it's a group comprising of, as you may have seen, Harley Quinn, Catwoman, and Poison Ivy. And this covers a period of time where they're kind of teamed up and living together in Gotham, sort of as roommates. You know, this takes place after Heart of Hush, so Catwoman is still kind of dealing with the events that happened in that title, that series. Harley, I believe, has just left the Joker. She's kind of going on her own for the first time. Poison Ivy at this point in time, I don't know, what, she just finished watering her plants or something. I don't know, whatever it is Poison Ivy is up to in her spare time. But yeah, they kind of find each other and live together in Gotham. I don't know, and this kind of covers those adventures. It is called Harley Quinn and the Gotham City Sirens, but I'm pretty sure that's straight up just a title change. It's, you know, equally focused on all three of the members. So yeah, I'm pretty interested in trying this out. I'm a pretty big Paul Dini fan of the stuff he's done for Batman, so I'm looking forward to this. And here is the eye of the Gotham City Sirens Omnibus. Unfortunately, not much to see. So this one will probably require some more stretching as I read through it, because the binding is pretty tight. All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, cats and dogs, turtles and llamas, we got the final book in the haul. Last but not least, quite the opposite in fact, Uncanny X-Force. This is a big one. I have been looking for this book for the better part of a year now, I want to say, because from everything I've heard, this is considered to be one of the best omnibuses of all time. Not best Marvel, best DC, just one of the best omnibuses. So, I mean, with hype like that, there's a lot going into this. Here we got a cover by, I believe, Esadribic. I'm usually a bit iffy on this art, but this is a pretty nice cover. We got Wolverine, Deadpool, Psylocke. I think that's Archangel, and I'm not really sure who this is. Can somebody help me out with that? But yeah, there's the spine real quick. And the back, I'll go into more details about the book shortly. I think this collects the entirety of Uncanny X-Force by Rick Remender. And a cover price of 100 US, 127 Canadian. So I had to break my rule on this one. I usually prefer to stay under cover price for books, but you know, I figured I had some extra money saved up from the past couple months. Not many books coming out, so I ended up getting this for 178 Canadian. For our American friends, that's I think like 130 US. So I figured it wasn't too bad, and for a book of this caliber with this reputation, I figured it was worth taking the risk. So we will find out. I'm quite excited about this. Again, I have stretched this so I can show you the spine real quick. Looks wonderful. Doesn't look like I'll have any issues. But yeah, the Uncanny X-Force. So from what I understand, the Uncanny X-Force is like this Black Ops mutant squad put together by the government to handle the less than legal, less than ethical problems that may arise. So right off the bat, it sounds like a very realistic, militaristic kind of approach to these heroes, which appeals to me. I've heard very good things about how Deadpool is portrayed in this. I love the black and gray costumes that they have in this series. Oh damn, Jesus! Some graphic violence in here, huh? But yeah, I been looking for this a long time. Really excited to read it, especially after all the good reviews I've heard. And it's written by Rick Remender, who has also written, he's done a run on Captain America. He's written The Punisher. He's written, he did a run on Venom. And for you gamers out there, I actually didn't know this until recently, but he was one of the writers on the very first Dead Space game. So that's pretty cool. Pretty familiar. He must be pretty familiar with mature themes and the like. But yeah, man, I'm really excited to dive into this. The art looks really good. I do love me a nice mature story every now and then, so this should be quite nice. But alrighty, that is the haul for the month of September. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if any of these books intrigued you, if you liked any of them, if you've read them before. Let me know which ones you think I should read first. And yeah, definitely you can look forward to more in-depth reviews of these books once I read them for myself. But yeah, thank you so much for checking out another video, guys. I hope to catch you in another one real soon. So, you have yourself a great day. I've been Superfly Comics Guy, and until next time, keep reading. Bye-bye, guys.